Welcome. Hi, my name is Matthew Coleman, and here is my Level 3 activity. Create a QR code based educational activity that would be used for your students. I have created the treasure hunt activity. I have also used it around my main lessons that I will be presenting during prac, which is global warming. I think it's really useful, especially when trying to get kids engaged in the topic of global warming, to use this kind of thing because it really expands information. You can apply so many different things to it. It's not just text; it's also video. Plus, I've been able to also attach a questionnaire / quiz sheet at the end of each QR code section, so which allows students to show me their understanding, which I'll show you in a bit. But first, I'd just like to talk about the importance of what I've actually gained out by using QR codes. Being able to use the QR codes has been pretty important for me because when looking at this, a lot of my students have had little bits of understanding of global warming. So this has really been able to extend those students and really open it up for the rest of them. They're really basic, really easy to set up, which I think is really important in education when time is such a critical thing. You're expected to do so much in such a little amount of time that QR codes make it really simple. I have also used my website, my Google site, to run it all through. So by doing that, I compile all the information, I compile the videos, I do up the quizzes, and that allows me to basically scaffold my students' learning, which I think is really important in this day where there's a lot of information out there and information that probably could be incorrect. So this really, if I know what I'm giving to my students, it really helps me understand what they're learning, which I think is just so important. Also, I think QR codes, they're not just useful for global warming. They can be used for a range of different things. I'm currently working on creating one for a maths game where students scan QR codes, and it's like a match game where they scan a QR code and it comes up with 20% of $40. Then they need to find the answer for the two QR codes that go together. So basically trying to find two QR codes that go together. So it's all online. It's allowing students to work online, which I think is really important. It's allowing them to work in a safe and secure environment. And we can also get them to show their understanding, which I will show you right now. So here's my QR codes and the start of my game. Basically, this is available for all teachers or anyone who wanted to take this and print them out. It's all available online, that I've posted it online, allowing anyone who wants to see it, they can see it. Basically, these are the codes. And I'm just going to click on one to show you where it goes. So then teachers or anyone else who wants to see it, they can basically see where are these QR codes going. So here's the first one. This first one is just basically about global warming. It just gives students a little bit of basic information. It has images which make it look a little bit more interesting. It gives them the information, then finishes up with people giving a little video conference about what global warming is and what it's about. Then finally, we finish off with a little quiz, which will then be sent back to me, and it'll be able to show me what they know. I've also left on a couple of options. I've actually left an other, which lets them put in their own answers. Obviously, that's for the extending of the students. So that's another thing that this QR code also enables me to do. It enables for extension groups and extending those top groups, which is really good. So if you wanted to add, you can leave the questions out, which I've done towards the end, which have made it so that the students have to tell me what the problem is and not me giving them the answers. Okay, so I'm just going to do this one real quick so we can have a look at where it goes. So that gets sent back to me in a spreadsheet form. I get to view it. Then I can use that information to basically say, okay, what do these students know? What should they know? Where they're at? Which ones need extending? Which ones need more work? and it helps me really differentiate, so which is really good. That differentiation can be difficult sometimes, especially for new teachers out there. So I think that is really important as well. So we're going to go back and have a look at the second one. This next one is now looking at the effects of global warming. So what happens with global warming? So looking at extreme weather conditions and hurricanes and floods and rising sea levels. Here's another little quiz, and that will send them to the next one. So if we do this one, it'll tell us. So it'll basically give them. Let's quickly go through this, and then they have to fill the information out. And here's where they'll basically. So it'll be your next clue is located where the balls are thrown into hoops. So obviously over basketball courts, and students will move to that location and begin to look at that. Then here's the third one where they're at the basketball courts. They'll find this one, scan it, and gives them more information about the causes of global warming. So what causes global warming? So and going into a little bit more depth about the different things of global warming, and another little video about global warming, and again another thing where they will take them through to the next one. So then that will take them to the fourth QR code. They scan that QR code. They have a look at it. They basically tells them what's some steps that they can take that can help with global warming and fixing global warming. Again, the same thing. They will fill out that little. They'll do a little survey, and the final one, getting them to look at the Earth Hour, which was actually created in Australia, which is about turning the lights off. So this is getting them to think more deeper, and this is when I've actually added that little extra step, and this is really good. So I think getting them to actually respond about how they feel, about what they're going to do, about if they think things are good and bad, like do they think Earth Hour is good or bad, and they can tell me why, they can express themselves. So and it adds that little bit of creativity into it, and I get all that information, and I can really see like how they're feeling, what they think, and how everything works. So, which is really good for the educational purposes. So they'll meet me back in the classroom, and that's when we can really unwind. We can really get all that information out there, and basically they're learning while playing a game, which is beneficial, and they really understand now what's going on. Okay, so we're back on this page because I just want to really just quickly go over the educational aspect that I think they're really getting out of it. So basically, the example that I've shown you, students are not only engaging with text, like I said, that they're engaging with video. They can engage with images. They can see things, all different things on the web. So, and obviously, it's in a scaffold thing. So, thank you for watching my video. I hope it didn't go for too long. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.